Welcome to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part weekly bundle reading. I'm a counselor, a 2-time award-winning actress, and tarot reader. Enjoy your reading.
Hello Gemini, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part bundle reading. So I had to stop the video because I started doing the reading in Spanish. As you may or may not know, I read in English and in Spanish. So if you're would like, you can go to my channel, check out those readings with subtitles, but I started doing the Spanish reading when I'm not supposed to do that until like a few days from now. Okay, so we begin with your energy check. I was saying, I had already taken out this card. I was saying that you guys can forward the video when I shuffle because I don't take the cards. I wait for my guys to give them to me. So it says here, creative solutions. The number 13, the number 1 is potential. The 3 means like connecting. It says think outside the box, view things from a higher perspective. Okay, so yeah, be creative when it comes to the way that you think about things. We might see the hangman. This is the equivalent of it, but they're just basically telling you think outside the box. You know, try to do things differently from the way that you normally do it, right? Because that can become boring and stale, and you know, you just want something different. Like that brings a lot of boredom. And also, just when it comes to making decisions, we might see the 2 of Swords, the Lovers. Because when we make decisions, we have to see things from a different perspective, right? We stay stuck seeing it the way, you know, people might put things in our head or the way that we usually see it. We don't thrive. We don't do anything with that. What do we have for Gemini? I am using this love oracle. I'm including a love oracle message at the beginning just to check energies and see what's going on. What do we have for Gemini? Thank you. All right, if they can respect your peace, they don't deserve your presence. Respect isn't just about being nice, it's about honoring your whole self. If someone makes your nervous system glitch, it's not love, it's a red alert. Protect your vibe. This is so true. All right, so if you find yourself being with somebody that you don't feel comfortable with, you don't feel safe, you know, your nervous system is acting up, then you know that that's not the person. This might be somebody that, you know, is just disrespectful, may speak to you like, you know, just in a disrespectful manner. And if you know that you don't deserve for anybody to steal your peace, especially if before them, you know, you were fine. It doesn't make sense. You see, let the truth set you free. Speak the truth you've hidden, your need, your fear, your regret. Freedom begins here. Yeah, this person may have had you like at the verge of being like this, that you just want to scream at them for the way that they treat you. And you need to start speaking your truth to them. You know, like you don't want to be with them. You want to move on. You're tired of their crap. You don't need to stay with somebody who treats you like crap. You really don't. At this point, you've taken a lot. I feel like you guys are just at the verge of exploding. Like, you don't want to be disrespectful, but you will be. Because that's it. It's like you've taken so much. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm just going to go off on somebody at work. And I'm trying my best not to. And try, you know, to get help. If this is something you have to go to the police about because it's so bad, then you need to do that. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. I know it's hard and it's tough, but sometimes that is something you need to do. Trust me, I've been there. Say yes. It's far better than you attempt to do something great and fail than not to do it at all, right? So take a risk. This might be the risk of leaving this person, right? The risk of just moving out, moving away. You know, some people, they stay because they're comfortable. People stay because of financial reasons, but it's going to get to the point that you're not even going to care about that, and you're just going to go. All right, I'm going to take out 4. I see I can already anticipate the 3 of Swords, Justice. I hope that you guys get judgment. You need like an awakening in this situation. I feel so strongly that this could also be abuse. You know, God forbid somebody's abusing you. Or because abuse is not just physical abuse, it's verbal abuse. I'm going to take out 3 cards, and then we are going to also see the Empress and the 9 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. I feel like you might have been in your head a lot about this. And the 10 of Swords also, something that just ends. We might even see the Tower and Death, because this is a lot with just something having to end. We might see also the 4 of Pentacles. You know, you holding on to this person or this situation. All right? After we do the 6 cards, if I need to clarify, I will. But I'm going to give you your advice from the Witch's Oracle. All right, what do we have for Gemini, please? I was sharing, oh, first of all, thank you guys for hyping my videos. I heard that that is a thing now. And so some people have been helping me out as I'm still growing my channel. I do go live, and you will not be notified unless you subscribe and hit the little bell. So do that so that when I go live, you can join us in my community, and I answer free tarot questions, so you can ask me questions. I'm thinking of going live later because I actually do enjoy it. All right, let's see our first three. And we have the King of Swords. And this is about perspective. So this confirms you seeing things in a different perspective, right? You seeing things in a perspective that this person is hurting you, not in the perspective where you saw it before. I'm just gonna stay here because I'm comfortable. All right? So really, you're gonna have to speak up, really articulate truthfully and the things that you are feeling, okay? Because you may have been feeling, or you may be feeling that you're controlled when it comes to the words that you need to say, but you're really not. Okay, with determination, nothing is going to stop you. All right, this is your own card of Gemini. So you know the number 5 means transformation. So you really are going to have a conversation with this person who's doing this to you, or with somebody else to help you. But you're going to be very, very clear when you do that. All right, because you're gaining that clarity in your mind to be able to do this. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles. This is about taking a methodical approach in order for you to achieve your dreams. So being methodical is just doing things in order, having a plan, right? Being patient, because he comes in slow with this pentacle, and they're ready to give it to you. All right, but they're just telling you, be efficient, be responsible with the things that are coming in for you, and have a plan, right? Do things in order. If this has to do with this person, you know that you've been stuck to this person, because if this person leaves, you can be okay financially. You will be. Yeah, a Tower. I'm not just any tarot reader. I knew this had to come out. All right, so just, if this hasn't happened to you, expect the unexpected, because it will. Like, you know, God, the divine, they don't want you in this situation. They're going to cross a destruction in order for you to have a rebirth, right? And the number 7 might be significant. That just means a lot of luck, and also seeing things from a different perspective. Okay? There's a lot of just very clarify that you need to start seeing things in a different way. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck, and you're not going to be able to take advantage, enjoy the things that are coming in. Right? It's like when we go through heartache because somebody hurt us. It affects our work. It affects our personal life. It affects a lot of things. I'm sure the camera probably shook. All right. Sorry, all the cards fell to the floor. 3 more, please, for Gemini. Last time, Gemini's reading was really good. It was like a lot of money coming in. Can I have 3 cards for Gemini, please? Yesterday, it's like these cards wanted to talk, but they were giving me too much. 2 more, please. 1 more. Yeah, you're gonna be getting a lot of clarity. Yeah, and being triumphant and doing well at the end with the star at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this has to do with something from the past. This might be a friend who hurt you, you know, like just somebody that didn't bring you peace. But now you might be receiving like things that you weren't expecting, right? And they're just telling you, reach out to somebody if you need help. All right, you might get a lot of nostalgia, you know, but you're going through your healing process. Okay, and just this is all about pleasures after hardships as well. Okay, the number 6 means growth. All right, you're gonna come across a lot of harmony, a lot of healing, and also being responsible that you don't do the same things that you already did, right? You don't want to repeat those same mistakes. But a lot of clarity with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody who has been through a lot, who has suffered a lot. But, you know, there's a lot having to do here with communication. You may be receiving communication, but this is more about expressing yourself, right? For what's best for you, thinking about yourself, using your intelligence, right? Being observant of the things that are happening around you, of your surroundings, okay? When it comes to people, when it comes to just anything, when it comes to your intuition, and after the Tower comes a whole lot of happiness. Okay, there's something you're needing to say yes to, that you may have been stuck, not knowing what to do, but they're telling you that you're safe in giving that answer. So everything you've planned, everything you want to do, it's going to work out for you, all right? This is about home, about contentment, family, coming together, all right? And also of just reaching your final manifestation. Like, you know, if you've been manifesting things, the results are here, and it's all about you being fine and happy after the storm, kind of like, right? What do we have for Gemini's advice? All right, and it says removing bad luck, yeah? Because there has been, you know, like I was sharing with you, the Queen of Swords, she goes through a lot. I let go of what no longer serves, creating room for fresh blessings and opportunities to replace ill fortune as I embrace positive change. Yeah, because you have change here. I told you that. All right, so if you repeat that, take a picture, repeat it, then you remove bad luck. And that is your advice, to stay focused, to stay positive. When we stay positive, we welcome in the good luck. All right, we're moving on to money and career. What do we have for Gemini? Guys, if you have not subscribed, subscribe so that you can join me live, where I answer free tarot questions for all my subscribers. Okay, I just do that as my appreciation for you subscribing. So take advantage of that. All right, so we begin with reflection. Take time to revisit the past. That's why probably you've been thinking a lot with that Six of Cups about the past. This is why I tell you don't forward the different parts, because then you'll miss it. All right, take time to revisit the past and figure out what you want to do. Knowing what you don't like will show you what you truly love. Okay, so start that way. What are the things that I do not like? Maybe about work, right? About work, about the things that I'm doing with my money, because this is money and career. Okay, so just take a moment to go in like hermit mode again, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing all your options, not just jumping to one thing, right? Before not making a clear decision, because you have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. There might be also, you know, somebody that's coming in that's your perfect match in terms of anything, career, love, right? Maybe at work you have this perfect person that you can work with. Entrepreneurial spirit, embrace your inner entrepreneur. Identify a passion or skill you can monetize. Create a business plan and take the first steps toward launching the venture. Some of you may want to do or take on a side hustle, right? And, you know, earn extra money. Or together just open up a business and just leaving what you're doing, right? Your job. What do we have for a surprise at work? Okay, so you might be receiving something unexpected, maybe a raise, maybe a job position that's higher than where you currently are. It's not your birthday, so I can't say that. It's not your birthday season, so maybe when your birthday season comes around, because energy is fluid, and this might leak over to your season, you know, you might be surprised at work. They might be doing something for you for your birthday, but there's definitely a surprise. Also, you guys, I am open for personal readings. I do book quickly. took me a while to get up to date, but now, you know, I have. People don't believe in me. Either you or a person in love wants to say this to you. Remember that love is a romantic relationship. It could be something having to do with friendship. Okay, because love is love. Or somebody in your family. What do we have for Gemini? You might not believe the person that you're with, or they may not believe you. Maybe it's a person who's always, you know, not honest. And at this point, you're just like, I don't believe anything you say. What do we have for Gemini? Inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. So you may have like a long distance relationship. And that might be, you know, why you maybe don't believe this person. Maybe you think that because they're long distance that they may be doing something. And you know, you're uncertain right now as to whether or not you should believe what they're telling you. Because you're not there to see what's going on. And people can say whatever. What do we have for Gemini? Oh, gosh. Divine timing. Be patient while things are unfolding. This connection is worth the wait. All right, so we do have a long distance relationship. They're telling you to work on it. It might be worth it. Maybe you're just, you know, thinking these things because sometimes the distance can make you think things that aren't necessarily happening. All right, we are moving on to oracle messages. What do we have for Gemini? The number 6, nurture yourself, your needs, your desires, and boundaries. Let go of things that are weighing you down. Make space for something meaningful and expand your spiritual areas of your life. That big love opportunity, your job needs to squeeze in somewhere. All right, so everything is coming in for you at once. Just know it's hard, but don't lose the faith. What do we have for Gemini? All right, and it says, don't worry, everything you've been waiting for is on its way. Progress is being made even if you can't see the results. So much is happening behind the scenes for the creation of your dreams. Trust the process. It's true. Just because we don't see things, it does not mean they're not happening. Earth gate key, stability. Roots ground your strength. Patience unlocks growth. The earth holds the key. All right, so just stay, you know, in that energy of stability and be patient, okay, as things unlock for your own growth, for your own good. HFG. This might be last name, first name. All right, or nickname. And for more signs, we have Cancer, Taurus, and Virgo. We have a lot of Cancer also in your tarot. You have Capricorn, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. All right, you guys, I hope that this reading has been helpful. I will see you soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And join me live. Take care.
Thanking you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.